Welcome, everyone. This is Tech for Senior. I'm Ron Brown. I'll be your host today. This is January the 13th, 2025, episode 249, almost at 250, so 249. Welcome, everyone, to the show today. I do appreciate you being here. Our hearts and prayers go out to all those people in the Los Angeles area with all those horrible fires occurring. We really feel for you. Please stay safe. That's really a big problem that is not a very happy experience, I'm sure. So we have today a great program. We have lots of interesting people to talk about interesting things. As you probably are aware, we also have a show on Thursday, which is coming up, and we'll be, please listen to our show on Thursday. We have some interesting things happening. We're going to be starting I'm going to give you a little snapshot of season 6. One of the things we want to start doing on our Thursday show is having you join us. It is very simple. After listening to the discussion in the previous half hour that we had, you're all experts. You're all really knowledgeable people. So we would love to have you, and you don't have to do anything. You're just going to sit and talk with us. And if you know something about the news article we talk about, then you can chirp, Steve, you'd be great on this. You can talk about it. If not, and you don't have to do anything. And the software we use is StreamYard. And all that happens is we just send you a link. You just click that link and you're in the show. So there's nothing you have to do, no software, no nothing. It's real simple. So we want to start doing that pretty soon coming up. And so think about it. Let it, I guess we'll drop me a line or drop anyone in the show on the line, and we'll get you in. It's super easy to do, and it's a lot of fun. We have certainly a lot of fun on Thursdays. So that's coming up. We hope to work on that. Our premiere video today is, of course, we discussed this. I'm going to talk on saving screenshots on your Chromebook to Google Photos. Now, I do a lot on my Chromebook. I do a lot of research and a lot of stuff, and I'm always clipping stuff. And you could put it on Google Drive, but I just like dumping it into Google Photos. And you can change the default setting on your Chromebook, so it'll do that automatically for you. I show you how to do that. Huey's going to talk on colorizing your photos, right, Huey? Someone asked for that, we produce. And so there you go. We'll do that. And then I'm going to tell you how to get rid of those pesky ads on Amazon Prime. All today on our premiere video, which will be coming out at 1:30. Now, the other thing that's happening this week, of course, this month is, of course, our fundraising. And I just wanted to let everybody know how our fundraising is coming. And let me just play a little video I made for you. Good morning, it's Ron Brown with Tech for Senior. Today I wanted to give you an update on how our funding requests are going. As you know, this is the month of January, which we use for our funding month, and this creates the money that we use to put on our shows for the year. This week's been a very humbling experience. Huey and I actually got pretty emotional about this. We had no idea the generosity that came in over this past week. You all stepped up, and in 1 week, we got about half of the money we need to continue to produce the show. We've never seen this in the past 4 years. People opened their wallets and really donated. I think if you remember now, we produce 2 shows a week, which is 104 shows a year. If you simply watch 50 shows and you give $1 per show, that's not much. That's not even a cup of coffee. As you remember, all of our participants produce these shows with their own money and time and effort. So we wanted to thank you so much for opening your wallets. Now, I can make you a promise. If we have as much success with this next week, then we don't have to listen to funding videos for another 3 weeks. No, I'll stop it right away. I'll insert high quality videos that you can watch instead of a funding request. So let's get this done. And I want to thank all the people that contributed this week. I'm going to read the list out now. Sorry, I want to just say I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, and I'm sorry if I missed you. Now, You have to remember this is of last Saturday. So if you donated between Saturday and now, you will not be on this list. You'll be on next week's list. The other thing is I'm not always clear who has sent the money by the way the information comes into me. Sometimes it does not include your actual name, but it includes the whatever you use on your Gmail. So I may get your name wrong. So anyway, here's all the people that have donated this week. Edie Taylor Richards, Byron Nate, Carlene Berger, Graham, Gerald Smith, Dennis Barud, Ann Titus, Herman Leopold, Charles Hartchen, Detlef, Carl Kalenda, Jerry Crow, Mike Ungerman, Larry Stehono, Mike Saunders, Mike Lehman, Jonathan Hazard, Jim Talman, and Jack Castro. Again, thank you for all those people opening their wallets and making our first week such a success. Again, let's see if we can make this happen this week, and then we'll be finished for the year. Yay! And thank you so much. As I said, Hugh and I found this to be a very humbling experience because of the trust that you place in us for another year of season 6. Let's have a great show today and enjoy all the presentations everybody has made for you. All right. With that, let's get Bob to take it away.
I do have one little clip I wanted to play before we get started. Whoops. And that's the wrong thing altogether. Thanks to Tim Heelskamp for my belated birthday present, which arrived today from 1440, a newsletter that I receive and enjoy daily. Thanks, Tim. Greatly appreciated. Here is my Tech Talk and Beyond for the week ending January 10th, 2025. And this week's topic, Senior Matters Matter, AI for Better Health. AI is transforming senior care and early diagnosis. AI isn't just reshaping technology, it's revolutionizing healthcare, and seniors stand to benefit the most. From early detection of diseases to personalized health management, AI is empowering seniors to take charge of their well-being, often before symptoms appear. This blog post dives into how AI is changing senior health for the better and why early diagnosis is becoming one of its most vital contributions. AI's role in proactive health monitoring. Imagine knowing something's wrong before you feel it. That's the magic of AI in health monitoring. Wearables that watch over you. AI-powered wearables like the Apple Watch or Fitbit do more than count steps. They track heart rhythms, oxygen levels, and sleep quality. Some even detect irregular heartbeats that could signal arterial fibrillation, a leading cause of strokes. Smart health devices, smart blood pressure cuffs, glucose monitors, and pulse oximeters use AI to record and analyze data. This allows doctors to catch warning signs early, reducing hospital visits and improving outcomes. Impact. These devices provide peace of mind by ensuring seniors are monitored 24/7, with alerts sent directly to caregivers or physicians if something's off. Virtual health assistants and early diagnosis. AI is bringing virtual health assistants and chatbots into the spotlight. and they're doing more than just answering simple questions. AI chatbots as symptom detectives. Platforms like Ada Health allow seniors to describe their symptoms, and in seconds, AI analyzes the data and provides possible conditions. While it's not a replacement for doctors, it can nudge seniors toward early medical attention. Telehealth with AI insight. During virtual doctor visits, AI listens and watches for subtle cues, speech irregularities, facial asymmetry, or tremors, early indicators of conditions like Parkinson's or strokes. Combined with a doctor's expertise, AI makes telehealth more precise and effective. Impact. Seniors no longer need to wait weeks for an in-person visit. AI enables faster, more accurate health evaluations, especially in rural or underserved areas. The power of AI in medical imaging. When it comes to diagnosing conditions, AI's ability to analyze medical images is unmatched. Early detection of cancer. AI scans mammograms, CT scans, and MRIs for the tiniest irregularities, sometimes detecting cancerous growths years before they appear in traditional scans. This allows for early intervention, improving survival rates. Fracture and bone loss detection. For seniors at risk of osteoporosis, AI analyzes bone density scans to predict fracture risks. It can detect small cracks and density loss, prompting preventive measures like medication or physical therapy. Cardiac health monitoring. AI analyzes ECGs, electrocardiograms, to detect heart abnormalities, often spotting patterns missed by human eyes. This leads to quicker diagnosis of arrhythmias and other cardiac issues. Impact. AI reduces diagnostic errors, accelerates treatment, and gives seniors a better chance at catching serious conditions early. Predictive analytics. Spotting problems before they start. AI isn't just diagnosing current problems, it's predicting future ones. Predicting falls. By analyzing movement patterns from wearables or home sensors, AI can predict fall risks. This allows seniors to adjust their environments or use assistive devices before accidents occur. Stroke or heart attack warnings. AI monitors subtle changes in blood pressure, cholesterol, and heart rhythms, flagging risks for strokes or heart attacks. Early intervention can mean the difference between life and death. Cognitive health monitoring. AI tools track speech, memory, and reaction times, identifying early signs of Alzheimer's or other cognitive decline. Seniors can then start memory-enhancing therapies early, potentially slowing disease progression. Impact. Preventing health crises before they start leads to longer, healthier, and more independent lives for seniors. AI in medication management. Medication mismanagement is a common issue for seniors, but AI is stepping in to help. Smart pill reminders. AI-powered apps remind seniors to take their medication, track doses, and even alert them if they forget. Some devices can even dispense the right pills at the right time. Drug interaction alerts. AI reviews prescriptions, checking for dangerous drug interactions that could cause adverse effects. Impact. Seniors stay on track with their treatments, reducing hospital visits caused by missed or incorrect medications. AI for mental and emotional health. AI isn't just monitoring physical health, it's addressing mental well-being too. AI companions. AI-driven robots and virtual assistants like ℎ𝕝𝕝 engage seniors in conversation, provide reminders, and reduce loneliness. These companions can even detect mood changes, offering support during difficult times. Mental health monitoring. Apps like Woebot provide AI-driven therapy, helping seniors manage stress, anxiety, and depression. These tools are private, affordable, and always available. Impact. Mental health is as crucial as physical health. AI ensures seniors have support systems in place, even if they live alone. The future of AI in senior health. AI is no longer a futuristic concept. It's here, and it's improving the lives of seniors every day. From catching diseases early to offering companionship, AI is reshaping what it means to age gracefully and healthily. As AI continues to advance, seniors can expect even more tailored health solutions, increased independence, and better quality of life. And the best part, you don't have to be tech savvy to benefit. AI is designed to work quietly in the background, offering support without intruding on daily life. Stay safe, stay secure, and realize that the future of senior health is bright and AI is leading the way. You'll find the video used in today's Tech Talk at the link listed. Did you know? In 2011, a 75-year-old woman in the country of Georgia was scavenging for copper when she accidentally sliced a cable running to Armenia. Georgia and Armenia saw large portions of outages. President Reagan is the only U.S. president whose inauguration has ever conflicted with Super Bowl Sunday. He was inaugurated for his second term on Sunday, January 20th, 1985, in a private ceremony at the White House. Babies have more bones than adults. As they age, several bones, such as the plates in the skull, fuse together to become a single bone. At birth, we have approximately 270 individual bones, and by adulthood, the number is approximately 206 as a result of these fusions. Just thought you might want to know. The beautiful thing about learning is nobody can take it away from you, thanks to B.B. King. That's a wrap for this week's Tech Talk and Beyond. Stay safe, stay secure, and I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye, and thanks for reading, watching, and listening.
Thanks, Bob. B.B. King. I saw him live in Mesa, about 6 or 7 years ago. So that's one of my claim to fames. Welcome. Thanks a lot, Bob. Interesting stuff in medicine, eh? All right. I wanted to, again, I've encouraged over the years, I encourage everyone to participate in the show. And if you have some interesting things, let's get them on the show. Some of you have produced videos in the past for us, and we've aired them. Mike Saunders asked me a year ago, he said, Ron, could you do something on Chromecasts on Chromebooks? And I said, or screencast on Chromebooks. And I said, I would, and forgot about it. So Mike sent me a video he did on his video on screencasting with his Chromebook. And it's a short little video, and I think it's pretty good for his first video. And he agreed to let me play it today. So let's have a look and see what he has to say.
Little demonstration of how to do this. If you click on this button here, I don't know what it's called, and you look for screencast, which you can't do because I'm running screencast. This down here, if this is actually being captured. You should be able to see this. So then this is on a Chromebook obviously, then if you want to show something like Gemini to buy fish and chips locally. Where can I buy fish and chips locally? That's it. It's just an easy way of showing people how to do it.
There you go. If you want to buy fish and chips in England, that's where you go. So that was well done, Mike. I appreciate that's your first try at that, and that's great. I'm glad you did that, and it gives us a little insight into Gemini, which of course Carl was talking about earlier. All right, let's get on with the next part of our show, and I'm going to talk about your shiny new Chromebook, what accessories that you might need for using it this year. So let's see what we have to do. I have to say about that. You've just got your new Chromebook in 2025 and are excited. What accessories should you get that's going to make your Chromebook more functional? I'm Ron Brown with Tech for Senior. I've been a long-time Chromebook user since they actually came out and were available commercially. Let me talk today about 5 things that will make your Chromebook more functional as a senior. All right, you've got your shiny new Chromebook and you're all excited about it. The first thing you should consider is purchasing a USB hub. When you look at your Chromebook and you look along the side, you may see a lot of ports or you may see just a few. For example, in my Pixelbook, I had only 2 USB Type-C ports, one on each side, whereas my new Asus Chromebook Plus has a whole bunch of ports, including an HDMI and Ethernet port on my Chromebook. Why do some Chromebooks have a few ports and some have a lot? It's not related to price, it's the design feature of the Chromebook. So if you have a Chromebook that's designed with the idea of being light and mobile, then probably you'll put few ports in there. If you have a Chromebook that you think might be more related to a desktop application, then you might put more ports in because it's going to be thicker and heavier. So it's really a philosophy and design feature of the manufacturer that makes that Chromebook. It has nothing to do really with the quality of the Chromebook. So in choosing, when you have your Chromebook, the first thing you should consider is a USB hub to expand those ports. Now, there's nothing unique about this USB hub. This is not a Chromebook USB hub. If you go and look on Amazon, which of course you're going to find most of these there, you'll find that these are available for not only PCs, but also Chromebooks. So there's nothing specific about this, although the newer Chromebooks that you have now will all have a Type-C connector. So you'll want to make sure that this end is a Type-C. If you have an older Chromebook, you may have a Type-A USB connector, and then you would want to get one of these devices with a Type-A connector here. So have a look at that before you make your purchase decision. The second thing you want to decide is, do you want one of these to be powered through? In other words, do you want to actually run power to your Chromebook so you can charge it? So if that is an issue, then you'll want to make sure there's a port on the other end, which is a power port where you can connect and charge your Chromebook through this device. Also, these devices can be daisy chained. So it's the nice thing about a Chromebook is you can plug anything into it. It doesn't require drivers. Anything you plug into your Chromebook is by and large going to work, and you can even daisy chain these out. And I don't know if there's any limit to the amount of devices that you can plug in. It just all works. And that's one of the great things about a Chromebook. So let's have a look at these devices and see which one you might purchase and also what features you're going to look for. So we're going to do that next. So let's look at this first USB port that I have. This is a Type-C connector, and on my On this port, I have two USB 3.0 connectors here, so I can add two devices that's USB 3 on the type A port here. So that works well. The second is I have an HDMI connector. So HDMI ports are one of the things that we use to connect external monitors. So this is a good idea. If you're going to buy one of these, make sure it has an HDMI port, unless of course your Chromebook has an HDMI connector on the side. All right, as we come around, we see of course it has a micro SD slot here for expanded memory. So you can plug a gigabit into here. Like, that's why I don't really worry too much about memory on Chromebooks. They typically have smaller hard drives, smaller memory on the machine, but who cares? Because you can put a 1 gig card in here and you got all the space in the world. So think about an SD card reader on here. You can that's very important. The other thing that this does not have, which I would encourage if you can find one, is to get one with an Ethernet connection. Now, why is that important? Well, if you're going to be sitting and your router is close to your Chromebook, wired is always faster than wireless. So you can easily take an Ethernet cord and plug it right from your router to your Chromebook. But if your Chromebook doesn't have an Ethernet port that you can plug it into, then again, your hub will be able to connect that, and wired is always faster than wireless. So think about that when you're purchasing this with some of these features. Now, how much should you pay for one of these? Well, that's a good question. Stay away from the really cheap ones because you'll find there's a lot on Amazon. So stay away from the under $10 ones. Probably $30, $40 is what you would probably pay for one of these devices. Look for reviews. Some of them might even say compatible with Chromebooks. And also look, maybe go on YouTube and do some searches on what are the top USB hubs of the time. So have a look around, do some shopping. But this is probably one of the first devices that you're going to want to buy for your new Chromebook. So the second thing you need to purchase as a senior is a monitor. Let's go bigger. If you're having any visual problems, let's connect something bigger like a larger monitor. I always suggest when you're purchasing your Chromebook that you stick to a 14 or 15-inch screen. You will find some Chromebooks, not many, will be a 17-inch screen. Now, the reason I don't recommend 17-inch screens for any laptop is because, of course, it takes a lot more power to run those extra pixels, and 17 inches isn't big enough. I want to see a much bigger screen, so let's just stick to the 14 or 15-inch, and you'll find that the battery life will be a lot better. And let's just plug a monitor in. Yes, plug a monitor into your Chromebook. And you probably have a monitor sitting around the house. I say bigger the better. I have a bunch of monitors here and they're all 34 inches, but whether it's a 27, 32, or 34, just plug it in to your Chromebook and you will have a much bigger screen. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Yes, what happens if you only have a Type-C port on your Chromebook? Or suppose, for example, you go and look around at the house and you find some weird connectors. Yes, there's things called display ports. Well, just a minute, how do I take a display port off my monitor and plug it into my Chromebook? Well, there's some adapters that will be needed, but most monitors will have an HDMI out, and you can connect that onto your Chromebook. And remember, if you don't have an HDMI port, well, guess where you can get one? Yes, the hub. So we can plug anything we want in there, so the bigger the better. Go with 34 inches. Plug your Chromebook in, you'll have this great big screen. But if you want to go, let's go 80 inches. Let's go really big, because all Chromebooks come with a casting feature that automatically will connect to your TV. And so you can cast your Chromebook to your TV, and you can even get a bigger screen if you want. So bigger is better. All right, the third thing that you should consider, somewhat controversial, but is a mouse. Yes, a mouse. Why do I say that somewhat controversial? Well, let me give you some advice. This is good advice that I got from a very experienced Chromebook user. Learn how to use the trackpad on your Chromebook. Now, you may not know this, but your trackpad is divided up into sections, and depending on where you touch that trackpad, it does different things. You didn't know that, did you? You're probably just using one finger and moving it around the trackpad. The other thing on a Chromebook, there's a one-finger swipe, a two-finger swipe, and a three-finger swipe, all of which do something different. So learning how to use your trackpad is very important. And it took me a while. It's a learning curve that you have to do. But if you spend the time on it and you learn how to use it properly, then you will not need a mouse. Now, I still use this mouse for if I'm doing video editing or something a little more complex that I don't do all the time. But for all the regular things I use my Chromebook for, I just use the trackpad. But if you want to go and you want to purchase a mouse, there's three options for you. So the first type of mouse that you can buy is, of course, a wired mouse. You've probably got lots of those sitting around from days gone by, and you can plug those in and it works great. They just plug into a USB port and you can use a wired mouse, not a problem. Oh, did I say USB port? Well, you might need a hub, right? So you're going to run short on ports. So the second type of mouse that you can use is that more traditional type that's been around for many years, and that's where it has the USB transmitter. It's a little transmitter that plugs into a USB port on your PC, and of course that sends a radio signal out that controls your mouse, and that makes the mouse a wireless mouse. Works fine, no problem, but again, it's going to take up a USB port. What I use in this mouse is, of course, a Bluetooth mouse. You can buy these. They're inexpensive. You can buy a Bluetooth mouse and connect it to your Chromebook via Bluetooth, which does not use a port and will work very well for you. This one is made by Logitech, and I think I paid about $24 for it. Please don't go out and spend $80 or $90 because of a Bluetooth mouse. You should be able to find these for under $20. They're not very expensive, and they will easily connect with your Chromebook and not require a port. But of course, please learn how to use your trackpad. Learn how to use your trackpad. Learn how to use your trackpad. That's the best advice I can give you. Now, the fourth thing you should consider for your Chromebook is a stylus pen. This only works on specific Chromebooks. Mostly it's a Chromebook that's going to flip. In other words, it's going to open up on top of itself into a tablet. Now, if you have one of those Chromebooks, it's sort of cool because when you flip it over on and make it a tablet, there's lots of cool things you can do. First of all, the operating system changes to a tablet form. And one of the things you can do is you can write in the tablet. And also, it transcribes it into text. So you can actually scribble along and write your notes, and it's going to transcribe it into actually a text character, in which you can edit it, do all sorts of things, correct it, and send it off or add it to documents. It works extremely well. One of the great features of a Chromebook, and you'll be amazed at how accurate it is. You know, how it takes scribble and makes it into text is pretty cool, and it works well. So if you do have one of those devices that flips onto itself and is a tablet, can turn into a tablet, then for sure, get a pen, get a stylus pen, try it out, see how it works. Sometimes your Chromebook will come with one, but you might have to purchase it. It works pretty cool. I'd give it a try. Now, the fifth and last thing you should consider for purchasing with your Chromebook is, of course, expanded memory. Now, the philosophy of Chromebooks is that the memory is not important because most of the services you're going to be using, including Google Drive, is stored in the cloud. But there may be specific reasons why on your Chromebook you would like more memory. They tend to have a lower amount of memory compared to PCs. So very easy. Now your Chromebook may come with a micro SD card slot in the Chromebook, which makes it easy. Then all you do is you can purchase extra memory. You can get up to 1 gigabit or more of memory now. That's so cheap, and you just pop that into the Chromebook. Or guess what? A hub, right? Remember the hub. Yes, you can use the hub to expand your memory as well. So those are ways in which you can get more memory on your Chromebook. And again, the sky's the limit, really. So in summary, there's 5 things that seniors should consider in 2025 to add as an accessory to their Chromebook. The first, of course, is a hub. It will offer more versatility for you. The second, of course, is a larger monitor or even casting it to your TV. The third is a mouse, but remember, let's learn how to use a trackpad. The fourth would be a stylus pen. We can now, if you can turn your Chromebook over and use it as a notepad, cool things we can do with a pen. And of course, the last is expanding your memory if you require, and that it can be done through a micro SD card or adding it to your hub. So hopefully you'll have a lot of fun with your new Chromebook in 2025. I've had a lot of fun over the years with my various Chromebooks and look forward to new features this year with AI in Chromebooks. I'll be producing regular videos about Chromebooks. You can keep in touch by, that like and subscribe. So until we see you again, have a great day. And again, enjoy your Chromebook.
Windows 11 Update 24H2. Microsoft has released its Big Fall 2024 update for Windows 11, code-named 24H2, and it brings with it a host of updates and fixes that should make your Windows experience a bit better. Microsoft staggers big updates over several weeks or months, so you may not see it unless you're diligently checking for Windows updates and also keeping the get the latest updates as soon as they're available settings switched on. The easiest way to check and see what version of Windows 11 you're running is to hit the Start button and type Windows 11 Windows Info and then select Windows Specifications from Results. This will open up the About page on your system settings where you can see what edition and what version of Windows 11 you're running. There are many changes and fixes aiming at making Windows better, like Wi-Fi 7 support, as well as some new features to try. Some of the new features are exclusively available for Copilot Plus PCs, like the new Windows Recall feature, live captions, and some advanced graphic upgrades. But you don't need a fancy Copilot Plus PC to take advantage of new upgrades in the latest versions of Windows. No matter what PC you have, there are 5 new Windows 11 features you should check out. And maybe these are the compelling reasons why you should be upgrading to Windows 11. Feature number 1 is the updated phone link. Windows 11 has had an anemic phone link app for some time that lets you wirelessly connect your Android or iOS smartphone to your PC to check messages. With the 24H2 update, it gets a lot better. That is, if you have an Android phone. Sadly, iPhones are stuck with just a phone link app on the taskbar showing your notifications. However, Android users can send and receive messages from their Windows 11 PC, remotely browse the phone's files, and see a live status display, connect status, as well as recent messages in your Start menu. You also can use your Android smartphone camera as a webcam by digging into Settings, Bluetooth plus Devices, Mobile Devices. Feature number 2, new Quick Settings menu. Open the Quick Settings menu, which you can do by clicking on the Wi-Fi icon in the notification area of your taskbar. When you do, you should notice that the usual simplified interface has been expanded and given pages, which you now can scroll through using your mouse or by clicking the arrow icons on the right-hand side of the menu. This change basically gives you easy access to all the tools in your quick settings menu instead of limiting it to what you put there. The value is that Microsoft can keep adding tools and you can just scroll down to access them instead of having to dig into the Edit Quick Settings tool to add them manually. Feature number 3, Energy Savings Mode. Once you get your 24H2 update, you may notice a new energy saving button on your quick settings menu, which is basically a better version of the existing battery saver mode. The existing battery saver in Windows 11 was only available on laptops, and when enabled, it tried to reduce power consumption by doing things like dimming the screen and limiting background app activity. That's now been replaced by the Energy Saver mode, which is available on both laptops and desktops, so you can use it to cut your power bills as well as extend battery life. This is part of Microsoft's ongoing effort to make Windows more eco-friendly, and in Settings, Systems, Power, and Battery menu, you'll find a wealth of options that you can fine-tune how much power your device draws when plugged in and when on the new energy saving mode. Feature number 4, the upgraded Wi-Fi menu. Now, this is one of the smallest new features in Windows 11, and that's the button in the Wi-Fi menu that allows you to refresh your view of available Wi-Fi networks. If that sounds like a minor feature, it is, which is why it's been so incredibly frustrating to be using Windows laptops on Wi-Fi the past few years. There has been so many times where you try to connect to your phone's hotspot in a crowded conference room or hotel, only to be frustrated by a deluge of other Wi-Fi networks that fill up your available networks queue. In the past, you may have had to disable and enable your Wi-Fi laptop several times to refresh the list of networks so you can find the one you want. The new feature allows you to hit the refresh button on the Wi-Fi networks whenever needed, a small but welcome upgrade to Windows. Feature number 5, new file compression tools. Fire up File Explorer and you may notice a few new features to play with, including a new set of compression tools that lets you not just compress to a .zip, but also now a .tar and a .7z. This effectively ends the long dark age where Windows users have been in regards to file compression. The new feature ends having to download something like 7-zip every time you needed to pack or unpack files in anything but a .rar. But this Windows 11 update unlocks Windows' ability to unzip .7z files. And while you're fooling around in File Explorer, note another new feature in 24H2, and that is text labels on the cut, copy, rename, share, and delete buttons in the right-click context menu. Ever since the debut of Windows 11, these functions have been hiding in the context menu as icons. And while I finally learned which was which, it took me months to remember. Now, new Windows 11 users won't have to deal with that headache. Text labels are on the icons, so it's quick and easy to find the delete or rename buttons. These are just a few of the new features available to everyone in Windows 11 24H2, so keep poking around to see what else is new in Windows. On a side note, Microsoft is also removing some features of previous versions of Windows from Windows 11. WordPad, Cortana, Windows Mail and Outlook Express, Windows To Go, Home Group, and WebDev. If any of these tools look familiar to you, now's the time to figure out how you can live without them, because soon you'll have to. You probably won't miss features like Cortana and WordPad, but it's worth knowing about as we gear up for 2025. So that's the new features in the latest update for Windows 11. Thank you for listening.
Thanks so much, Bill. That's good information about our new update on Windows 11. Bob, are you ready to talk all about what Discord is all about?
Ever heard of Discord and wondered if it's some secret society for techies and gamers? Well, it kind of is. But don't worry, the door's open and there's room for everyone. Whether you're a gamer, hobbyist, or someone just looking to connect, Discord might be the virtual hangout you never knew you needed. What in the world is Discord? Imagine if a group chat, a video call, and an online forum had a baby. That's Discord in a nutshell. It's a free communication platform that lets people create or join servers, which are like virtual clubs for specific topics. Inside these servers, there are channels where you can text, talk, or video chat. You can hop into a conversation, join a voice call, or just lurk quietly like you're eavesdropping at a party. No judgment here. Discord started as a haven for gamers who wanted to coordinate raids and trash talk friends during online battles. But it's grown into a platform for just about anything. From book clubs to virtual classrooms, everyone's setting up shop on Discord. How do you actually use Discord? Getting started with Discord is easier than putting together IKEA furniture and way less frustrating. Here's the lowdown. Create an account, download the app, or just use it in your web browser. Sign up and boom, you're in. Join or create a server. You can either create your own server or get invited to one. Servers are like private or public party spaces, and there are thousands out there for every interest imaginable. Hop into channels. Servers have different channels, which are like individual chat rooms. There are text channels for typing and voice channels for talking. Jump in and join the conversation, or just listen. Slide into DMs. Want to chat one-on-one? Discord's got direct messaging too, just like texting, but cooler. Level up with bots. Discord servers can have bots that play music, provide trivia games, or automate boring stuff. It's like having a virtual butler. Is Discord for you? Good question. Should you dive headfirst into Discord or keep scrolling? Here's a quick checklist. Are you into hobbies or fandoms? There's probably a server dedicated to it. Do you game? Discord is practically a second home for gamers. Need a space for virtual hangouts? Family chats, book clubs, or study groups thrive here. Work remotely? Some businesses use Discord as a Slack alternative because, well, it's free. If none of this speaks to you, Discord might feel like trying to understand TikTok dance trends. Confusing and unnecessary. But if you're curious or want to join a community, it's worth exploring. Who's hanging out on Discord? Gamers, Discord's original fan base. Think of it as their digital clubhouse. Hobbyists, from Dungeons and Dragons to knitting, there's a server for everyone. Students, study groups and class servers are huge on Discord. It's like school without the dress code. Professionals, remote teams and freelancers use it for meetings and brainstorming. Creators and streamers, they build fan communities and host live events. Final verdict, should you join the party? If you like chatting with like-minded people, organizing events, or just having a space to talk about your interests, Discord might be your new favorite app. If you're more of a text and forget kind of person, you may not need it. Either way, it's free, so there's no harm in taking it for a spin. Who knows? Your next great friendship, hobby, or online adventure might be waiting in a Discord server. Stay safe, stay secure, and hey, if nothing else, you'll finally understand what all the Discord fuss is about. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye, and thanks for reading, watching, and listening.
Thanks, Bob. That explained a lot of confusion, I think. Anyway, I think that lots of opportunity there to talk about this in the future, but I wanted everyone just to understand what you probably heard a lot about this and what actually Discord is, which is great.
Mike knows all about it, and so does Huey.
Exactly, that's right. And Mike and lots of knowledge in the club about that. Great. Now, listen, if you're over on YouTube, this is a time where we have to say goodbye to you. If you want to participate in our Q&A, just pop over to our show here and we've got lots of room. We'll let you in. And so otherwise, we'll see you again, same time, same place next week. All right. I'm just going to stop the live stream. Now, Ray's not here, but he did send his really great selection. I think you're going to like this. Let me just share it, and we're going to play two videos. One is his text intro, and then we'll play the music. So just have a look at this, and let me get this going here.
Peter Yarrow, folk icon and activist songwriter. Peter Yarrow was a pivotal figure in the folk music revival of the 1960s and a founding member of the iconic trio Peter, Paul, and Mary. Born on May 31, 1938 in Manhattan, Yarrow discovered his passion for folk music, while working as a teaching assistant at Cornell University. He graduated with a degree in psychology, but soon turned his focus to music. Yarrow co-wrote some of the group's most famous songs, including Puff the Magic Dragon. His activism and commitment to social justice were related and reflected in their music, which addressed issues like civil rights and opposition to the Vietnam War. The trio's harmonies and powerful messages resonated with audiences, leading to 6 Billboard top singles, 2 #1 albums, and 5 Grammy Awards. Yarrow's influence on Peter, Paul, and Mary was profound. His songwriting, activism, and dedication to using music as a tool for change helped shape the group's identity and legacy. Even after the group disbanded in 1970, Yarrow continued to perform and advocate for various causes, leaving a lasting impact on the music world and beyond. Peter Yarrow died at his home in New York City on January 7, 2025, of bladder cancer, with which he was diagnosed in 2021. Just before his passing, his son Christopher, and daughter Bethany said, "He has kept his doctors in awe at his resilience as he has continued to perform and live life in his own generous and cause-driven way. It has been a long road, and he has been a strong dragon. But right now, he is very weak, and at 86, his dragon days are numbered." With a little video editing on my part, here is my version of Peter Yarrow Then and Now from a 1960s Newport Folk Festival appearance and on January 18, 2016, almost exactly 9 years ago from today, in his studio in New York with a song he co-wrote that never gets old, Puff the Magic Dragon. For your information, the Newport Folk Festival in 2025, it's still going on and is scheduled for July 25 to 27. It's going to be a 3-day celebration of folk music at Fort Adams State Park in Newport, Rhode Island. So now, here is Peter Yarrow.
All right, just a minute. We'll share. Well, oh, nice memories, eh? Hey,
Yep.
Huey, I'm sure we would listen to that many, many times in our life.
Absolutely.
It was really great. All right, listen, thanks to everyone for coming. It's top of the hour, and thanks so much for coming today. I want to thank all the presenters today who did an excellent job on all their presentations. Thank to Mike Saunders for his first video. That was great. Thank you for sending that in. I don't know if Mike's here today, but thank you so much for doing that. If you do have any videos or anything you want to share with us, we're more than happy to play it. Please consider coming on our show on Thursday. We'll give you, so he says, we'll just send you a link and boom, you're on the show. And you don't even have to, you just have to talk about some of the articles, the news articles we see. So anyway, please consider that. We're going to open the question up now to question and answer. But before we do that, just remind everybody that at hour, saving screenshots on your Chromebook, colorize photos online with Huey Popluck, getting rid of ads on Prime. I'll tell you how to do that. So coming up at hour, I put the link in the notes. But again, don't forget our newsletter. We have in our Saturday newsletter, I have the link to the Monday show and everything you need. So please do that. And remember our sponsors that sponsor our newsletter: Geeks on Tour, and of course the Central Florida Computer Society, and of course the why am I having a seniors moment?
Glendora?
Glendora Seniors Computer Club. Sorry, Anne Marie's gonna kill me. She's gonna kill me. I don't know why I have a seniors moment about that. You know why? Because there's a when I was raised in Edmonton, there's a Glenora Recreation society which has a big rink, and they actually sponsored a lot of figure skaters, as famous figure skaters in Canada. And I always get, it's not Glenora, it's Glendora, and that's why I get this memory block. So sorry, Emery, but anyway, that happens. Okay, let's get into Q&A. Carl, go ahead. What's your you have a question for us?
Well, it's a comment, and you did a great presentation on Chromebooks. I've never used one, but I liked your way you gave the presentation. Is informative. But at the risk of being a critic, I did notice something. You ever watch movies and you see faux pas in them? Well, I have an affinity for that. And the faux pas in your presentation is you showed a wireless mouse with a wire connected to it.
I was hoping nobody would notice that, but Carl, you're a nitpicker.
I know. I said at some risk.
Well, I know, and I was thinking nobody's going to notice that. Nobody's going to notice that. And you're right, but you know what I did? I had AI generate that image for me. I said I wanted three mice or three mouses, and I told it what I wanted, and it put that little tail on the one that was wireless, and I couldn't get AI to take it off, and it was just too much work. I tried a bit with it and said, no one will know. Famous last words, right?
In defense of Ron, most of them are chargeable, and that was the wire charging it.
That doesn't work.
Thanks, Huey. Thanks for sticking up for me, Huey.
That's a weak excuse. But by the way, I think there's a difference, a distinction between wireless and Bluetooth.
Yes, yes, of course there is. The wireless one has a
I said
dongle.
without a distinction, not with a distinction.
Oh, well, the Bluetooth one doesn't use a port. That's the catch.
If you looked even closer at the picture, the cord was at the wrong end of the mouse as well.
Oh, well, you guys stop.
Oh, wow. I've been
Oh,
up,
see what you
I've
started,
been up,
Carl?
I've been upstage. Good point.
I have a computer that needs a dongle in order to have Bluetooth because
Yeah.
it doesn't have Bluetooth.
All right. Okay. Mike, will you help me? These guys are picking on me. Can you help me with this?
Yeah, come on into our Discord chat room and we'll fight it out.
Oh yeah, that's right. You guys have a Discord. Yeah.
So I did put the invitation link to anyone who is watching today and looks at the chat. The CFCS Discord is open for your examination. Come take a look at us.
And can
We
anyone
even-
come in, or
I'm sorry?
can anyone come in? You don't have to be a specific member or anything like that.
No, anyone can come in if they've got the invite. We change the invite link every week just for security. But
Okay.
you know, if they see it here, they see it in some of the APCUG stuff, they see it on Huey's presentations,
Okay.
and we talk about it.
Okay, great.
And there is a section for Tech for Senior on that
Yes.
CFCS Discord.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you. Jerry Crow.
Morning. You mentioned something coming up at 11 at the half past the hour. How do I access that material? Sounded good.
Oh, okay. In the chat, I put the
Oh.
link. So there's a link in the chat. So just have a look there, and the link is in the
A link
chat.
to the YouTube for Tech for Seniors Live.
It should be there. I just put it in. If you look in the chat, it comes up. It's just above here. It says Tech for Senior Educational Series, episode 199, and there's the
Okay.
link right there.
Thank you.
And the other thing, Jerry, do you subscribe to our newsletter?
Yeah, in fact, I don't know. I did give you $20 and got the canned response with your image on it.
No. But are you a member? Did you subscribe? It's free. It's just on our Tech for Senior. If you haven't subscribed, just go to techforsenior.com. You'll see there's a big, just click the button there and you can subscribe to it. The reason is our Saturday newsletter gives you the link. So it's all there
Excellent.
for you.
Thank you.
So just it's free.
I'm
Just
still
subscribe.
I'm still looking for the one you just said.
Yeah.
It says it's in twice. Do you want me to put it in again?
Please.
Yes.
Make it easier to find.
They're looking for the link for Thursday's show.
Not for Thursday. This is
No.
for. Are we talking about the educational? I think
No,
Harry was talking about.
No,
there was a request for a link to Thursday's show.
Yes,
Oh,
that's in there, but that's not what I was asking for, Bob. I was asking for how to get to the stuff that
Right.
that
Right.
Ron mentioned about coming up half past the hour. So,
That's right. But just if you are looking for the link for the Thursday show, the reason I can't give you the link is because I haven't created
okay.
created the show yet, and I won't do that till Wednesday. So there is no specific link. Now, if you do go to our Facebook page or you go to our YouTube channel, you will see on Wednesday, you'll see the link. It's right there. It says upcoming show on Thursday. It's all there for you, okay? But I can't give you the link today because I haven't created the link yet, right? So that's the issue. So that's why we say just go to our channel and you'll see it. It's there and it says upcoming show. Okay. Murray Strome.
Just a quick comment to get rid of the tail on your mouse. When I visited my son, their cat named Lasagna loves to eat cords and ate the tail of my mouse.
There you go. Use a trackpad. You guys should be using trackpads. Get rid of those mouses. Carl, go ahead.
Yeah, a question for Bill or comment. My Microsoft Office, when I open up, it says Microsoft 365 parentheses Office. So I'm confused between Microsoft 365 and Office 365 because mine says Microsoft.
They had a name. They've
365.
had Carl, they've had a name change. So Microsoft 365 is now what Office 365 used to be.
And I think they've even renamed it since. I think they're calling it Microsoft 365 Copilot.
Okay. And there's also some discussion about there's such thing as a Windows 365, and that's a business and enterprise cloud-based desktop.
Oh.
So Microsoft unfortunately has really bad people in their naming.
So what you're saying, Bill, is if you're confused, Microsoft's confused. I mean, everyone's confused, right? Nobody, like Microsoft's the most confused company I've seen, right?
That's particularly when it comes to naming things. I mean,
Right.
it's really confusing, but yes,
It is.
there was a
I
name.
I didn't know there was a Microsoft 365 Copilot because mine just says I have Copilot with my Microsoft 365 parentheses Office. It contains Copilot, Huey.
Yeah, no matter what it says, if you get Word and PowerPoint and Excel, you're fine. Don't worry about the name.
They have Copilot built into them now, but yeah, don't worry about the name. But it is confusing because someone asked a question about Windows 365, and I was telling them that that's different from what I was talking about.
Yeah, Office 365. Yeah. Well, apparently you get to what. Well, I get what I want if I say Office 365 or just Microsoft 365. It's the same thing.
One and the same.
Yeah.
Diane, go ahead.
Okay, I thought I understood that. And my issue is I'm trying to explain this to my club members. Okay. Now, well, I didn't think that was funny.
I know. We're sorry. We're
Um,
sorry.
Okay,
I apologize.
what I'm trying to say is I purchased, okay, on my computer, because I like the word products, I purchased it, okay? So I have a paid version. But my question is, how do I explain to my members there's a paid version, and then I'm going to show them, you set up a Microsoft account, there's a web version.
Right. The web
Why
version.
doesn't Microsoft call that web version? I mean, I can't.
It's Office Mobile, I believe. And that is the one that is web-based and it's free for mobile devices.
No, well, yes, I agree with that. You have to go to the store and buy it. I have that too. But I can also access the web version on my desktop.
Right. The
So
web
I'm going to
version.
call the desktop mobile version? That doesn't make sense to me.
No, the mobile version is the one that you can that is the web-based version. And you can
Even
use
though I can access it on my desktop,
that is correct. You can.
which I'm showing to my members.
Okay. Now your
Okay.
other question about the personal version, that is just for a single license.
What do you mean personal version? My
The-
paid?
The
Paid version.
the paid version that is called the Microsoft 365 Personal is a single license.
Right. Well, yeah, exactly. But I can still load it on various devices.
Right, as long as you can only use it as one user. It's not like
Right, one user.
everyone has 6 licenses associated with the $99 version.
Right, and that's the one I bought. But I'm also, want to show the web-based version. Okay, which you're saying is called mobile.
Right, it's the mobile version.
Okay. Well, then that's what I'll call it. But to me, in my mind, I've been using a computer, since 1980s? Accessing a web-based software program on a desktop does not make sense to call it mobile.
Well,
But
I
who
guess
am I to
Well,
argue
because you
with
can go
Microsoft?
take it with
anyplace.
you. So if you go to someplace else, you can log on with your Microsoft account and you can access your
Oh, okay, cloud version. Okay, I
cloud.
understand that.
cloud-based.
All right, thank you.
So
I
when
don't
Mike
want to
goes
add
to
confusion, but I have the $99. It's called the family version.
Correct.
6 licenses.
Right, so he has family, not single, okay.
Oh,
I
Single is
understand
60
that, I was just
Single is
confused with the cost.
$69. Single is $69. Family is $99.
okay. Steve Parker.
What do they call it when there's 366 days in a year?
Oh, please.
Clear as
Yeah.
mud.
The leap year version.
And the other
I-
thing though, that maybe you guys can correct me on, but if you don't have the Office or 365 product and you just have Windows 11 or Windows 10, Copilot is still there. It's still on in on your screen. So you do not have to have Microsoft 365 or Office, whatever, to be able to use Copilot. Copilot should be
To
on your
use it
screen.
in the Office product, you have to have.
Yes, but if you don't use the Office products and you don't have that installed, you can still use Copilot on Windows 10 or Windows 11. It's still there.
It's a
Correct.
separate application.
It's a separate application. Well, there would be lots of people who don't have that and may have the impression that you can't use Copilot or they don't have Copilot on their PC, which is not correct. It should be on your Windows 10 or Windows 11 PC. All right, Jerry, go ahead.
Yeah, just one more thing. I have to say this because everybody, I'm just such an old heavy here. I just buy single copy, what they call LTSC, Microsoft Office, like Office 2021. I get to download the software, I pay for it, I've got it on my computer, but then I don't like the cloud. I don't run anything that requires me to put any of my personal information in the cloud. So I probably won't live long enough to have to stop that, but eventually, of course, there won't be any local stuff anymore at all. But, what am I, an old hack? Yeah. Anyway, it's interesting. I have a standalone copy. I bought the software, installed it on my PC, and I run it fine. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Jerry. One of the problems, you're probably going to comment on this as well. One of the problems about buying an old version and just standing there and holding on to it is there's so many upgrades now with AI involved in these that you're not going to get all those upgrades and all the features that are changing daily in the software, right, Huey?
That's correct. But what I was going to say is, ℸ𝕝𝕝, I went ahead and emailed you what Copilot said about the web version. I try to fit it into the chat, but it's too long. But
Okay,
it does.
Thank you, Huey.
Murray, the last comment before we go.
Okay, I just wanted to tell Mike that when I say accept the invitation on the Discord, it says cannot connect because the link is wrong. The link address is wrong. But I'll talk to him by email later.
Okay. All right. Again, thanks everyone for coming. We do appreciate you being here and spending time with us for this hour and a half. We'll see everybody back this time, same time next week, or please visit us on our Thursday show. And don't forget, this is our fundraising month. Just a minute. This is our fundraising one, and it is really important that we get this done so we don't have to talk about this ever again for another year. So please help us out with that, and we'll certainly see you next week. Huey, you had one final comment?
Yeah, the Let's Talk AI is on the 17th. If anyone's it's Friday. If anyone's interested and not already signed up, please go ahead and email me at huey.net.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.